Hey everyone, this is Organic Dairyman. How's everyone doing today? Today I am dragging the bean field that we just got planted on Saturday, which already it's almost been 3 days ago. So we are going to do a little bit, like I say, we're going to drag it just like I did that one field. I was this little bigger field, about 50 acres. But yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Got the drag all folded out, all ready to go. So and got the tractor with GPS today. You probably wonder why sometimes we use we got a different tractor that we use, like I was using the John Deere on here one day. Well, sometimes it's just kind of like the availability of like, you know, that if we're using a tractor for a certain job, it's tied up, so we can't use one or another. So it just worked out that we can use this tractor, the New Holland here, with the GPS for this today. So because we're all done planting, all done doing field work, so I figured just use the GPS and save a little time. I got it all set up here, and we'll get going here. I don't know, start out in slow gear. I got the tractor aim. I'm gonna set my I think this is the angle I want to go at, so I'm going to set my A line right there, and I'm going to take off and go here. And I'm going to drive about 30 feet, and it should be good to go. Okay, we can go, and then there we are. Got my A-B line established, and we're dragging here. Yeah, there it goes. I don't know, the soil on this particular field over here, it's like, I don't know, it's more like a loamy soil. The soil back in the main farm is like a sandy loam, and this soil over here, for some reason, it's just kind of just a little bit more clumpy. Clumps up easier, so I don't know how this is going to be. But it's, we'll see what it looks like. We're going to go over it 2 times, kind of like one kind of at a kitty corner or kitty wampus, whatever you want to say. What we're doing, hopefully it's going to kill some of the weeds that got started. I'm thinking that we're probably going to, maybe in another few days, we might come back over here again with the rotary hoe. I guess if you don't know what a rotary hoe is, it's like it's got a bar on it, a bar with little spider things on there and spoon things on there, and they flick the weeds up in the air. So this is kind of like going to level it out, make it a little smoother. So I hope that it does the job. We're hoping this year to do a little bit better in our beans than we did last year. Last year, our beans, they got kind of I don't know, they got a little weedy, and the yield wasn't real high. I don't think the only, and I'm not trying to hide anything here, what we do. Last year our beans probably yielded about 20 bushels an acre. Because the weeds got so bad, we made some mistakes. This is like our 3rd year growing organic beans, so it's kind of doing beans in general is just kind of something new to us, so we're just trying to figure it out yet. I know the year before when we did beans, we averaged like 43 bushels an acre, so for whatever reason that year things worked out differently. We had the weeds under control better, but it's hard to doing beans organically is hard. I know there's another organic farmer that we work with. He's experimenting with rye. He's doing where he takes some cereal rye and he puts plants or seeds it down in the fall. I think he said he did like 2 or 3 bushels per acre. And anyways, in this spring they went out there and they took a no-till drill and solid seeded the field down. They didn't crimp the rye. Normally you got to take like a chevron roller and you want to crimp the rye. They seeded into the rye first because you have to do it. You cannot crimp the rye unless it's like in the pollination stage. It has to be pollinating. And so it wasn't pollinating yet when they did it, so they just went and seeded right into the rye, and then after, when the rye started pollinating, they went out and crimped it because then it will kill the rye when it's in the pollination stage. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I get down there and look at a dry field, maybe get some video footage of it and see how it turns out. I don't know if it works out. I would like to try doing that too, because you know, it's hard to control weeds in beans when they're organic. You know, it's really hard to do it. But then again, organic beans are worth, you know, depending on if you're doing food grade or feed grade. You know, feed grade are about $18 a bushel, and food grade are 20 bucks a bushel. So, you know, if you could get, you know, good yields, you know, you can make some money at doing it. But you know, you gotta work hard at it. That's kind of what we're hoping for, to get, you know, decent yields this year on our beans, better than last year. Like I said, every year is kind of a learning experience, and I think we've got the corn down good, the weed control in the corn, we've got that down pretty good now. But we're just trying to work at the beans here and get the weed control perfected on the beans. I think given enough time, we'll get it perfected. It's just something that's a new learning curve when you're new to it. In some regards, you know, it is, you know, I think the cow, doing the organic cows is maybe a little bit easier than actually doing the crops. Sometimes weeds can be, it can be hard, you know, it can be hard, but, you know, I don't know, I feel like the benefits of organic farming, you know, outweigh the workload sometimes, and I like to get paid for what I do. Anyways, yeah, I forgot to mention too, this is on the rented ground. This is the field obviously you saw in the beginning of the video. I was driving over here to the field, get the drag pulled out. Yeah, we're just renting this from a field from a friend on Facebook. That's how we found out about it. He wanted it farmed organically. Obviously he's got part of this field, it's like a quarter, 160 acres. We're just doing 50 acres. The rest, he's got some cattle from another organic farmer over there in the field right now, and that pasture grazing. So he does the rotational grazing out there. So yeah, so it's real. So we're trying. Shot. Just turn it around here in the end. And try not to catch those chains. I don't know if you can see that, but you don't want to catch those chains down there. Otherwise, you will have a problem. I've done it before, and it's kind of a bugger if you catch those chains. You can see them down there bouncing. They'll catch the wheel and they'll pull them up. Yeah. It wouldn't be pretty if you caught those things. I did it, got about halfway up the tire one time, but you don't want to be sleeping when you're out here doing this job. There we go. My seat was swiveling there. Yeah, it's a little bouncy the first time over, but I think the second time it will smooth it out a little bit. But yeah, I know they're talking tonight, maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain, so that's kind of why I want to still drug. And maybe more rain tomorrow. Like I say, we're all done planting. We still got to do first cutting hay yet. We just got behind in that. We should have the first cutting hay done just everything this year is just behind. I know we're not the only ones that are behind. I've seen other hay fields that are all blossomed out and flowered, you know, just like, I know we're not the only ones that are behind, you know. It's just that we had a late spring this year, and it just put everything so far behind. It was just a game of catch up. But yeah, it is. Things are going good. Other than that, I mean, the crops, the corn so far, it looks like it's turning out really good. A nice, good stand of corn. So I hope we get a good yield of corn this year. We need it. Obviously, we could use extra income right now because the organic milk price is down, and so we're all looking for different sources of income. And selling some crops is the only other way we could make a little added income to help pay all the bills. Just because right now there's a surplus of organic milk out there. Yes, partially because the conventional milk has been so low for so long, and it's just really hurting the small dairy farmer. And there's a lot of these small dairy farmers, you know, they want to keep milking cows, and so they you know, the only other option they have is to go organic to get more money. And it just kind of, all of a sudden, all these producers coming online, it just flooded the market. So right now, that's kind of where everybody's at. It doesn't matter what company you're selling your milk to, everybody's, the market's bloated with milk right now. But, you know, I hate to say it, you know, but, you know, these big dairy farms out there, they're kind of ruining it for everybody. All these big mega dairies, you know, they're putting up these 5,000 or 8,000 cow dairies, and, you know, I just think that, you know, it's getting to the point where it's gotten out of control. They need to put a cap on the market. Obviously, with organic right now, they put a cap on how many producers they're taking on. They're not taking on any more producers right now, and we're like on a quota system where we can only produce so much milk each month. And I think they should do that same thing with the conventional market too, you know, because it's not fair. Because the bigger dairy farmers, you know, those mega dairies, they have an advantage because, you know, over the small producers, because they have a bigger volume of milk. And some cheese plants or milk plants, they give they give the farmers a volume incentive. Well, obviously, if you produce more milk, it's gonna benefit the big farmers. And you know, I'm not gonna mention any specific names, but there's a religious group of people. Well, I'll just say they're headquartered, I believe, in Morris, Minnesota, and and they get a group of investors together, and they put up all these, you know, they get people to invest in a dairy that don't belong to the religious group, and then they go out and put up these big mega dairies. And the big kicker is this religious group is they claim non-profit status. So you figure that one out. They don't have to pay taxes on the money that they earn as a religious group. And so they can still distribute that money between, you know, their followers, if you want to say. And if you ask me, I think it's the most corrupt thing you ain't ever seen. But I guess there's a way to make money. People are going to do it, and they're going to cheat the system and take advantage of it. And the big fish is going to swallow up the little fish. That's kind of how it goes. But I guess, you know, and I'm a little bit concerned sometimes with organic that, you know, there's a lot of companies that are trying to cash in on organic, and there was, I believe it was General Mills just winter, they bought up, God, what was it, 40, I don't remember if it was 40,000 acres of land out here in South Dakota. And don't quote me on the acres, but they bought up quite a bit of land. And if anybody has heard of Annie's Organic Foods, they bought Annie's, and then they want to grow wheat, organic wheat for their Annie's brand name that General Mills bought. And so, you know, I just don't really like the whole idea of like big companies like General Mills trying to get in on the organic market. You know, I don't think big companies should do that. I just don't like it, because then again, it's almost getting to the point where it starts hurting the smaller organic farmer, you know, and the middleman. That's basically what I feel they're trying to do, is cut out the middleman, because, you know, they don't want to have to negotiate with the small farmer, and, you know, and I just don't like, I don't really like the way agriculture in general is going these days. The small farms going by the wayside, and farms getting bigger and bigger. I guess I'm just not, I just don't really like to see the way it goes. You know, rural America is just dying, and, you know, everybody's moving to the big city, and, you know, I don't know. I guess, you know, it's a shame that it's happening, but I mean, especially like dairy, in the state of South Dakota, there's not as much dairy as there used to be. Especially like the small dairies. The small dairies are far and few between. Matter of fact, in our county, there might be, if there's 8 small dairy farms, you know, people that milk, you know, 100 cows or less, there's probably 8, well, maybe 8, 10 small dairies left in our county. Our county, believe it or not, used to be one of the top, you know, dairy producing counties in the state. You know, now it's not even that anymore. There are a lot of people who sold their cows and went to grain farming, and there's not even a lot of farmers that have stock cows anymore. It's just mostly grain farming. And, you know, we're one of the few small dairy farmers left in the county. You know, my brother and I and some cousins, you know, but I guess. But anyways, I've probably been yammering on here enough. Anyways, I just felt like I just want to talk to you about some things, and yeah, show you what I'm doing today. And yeah, well, today, boy, it's hard to believe it's almost the first day of summer. Man, where does time go? But anyways, I'm gonna let you all go, and I just want to thank everyone for watching this video. Please give my video a thumbs up if you like it. Rate, comment, you know, and check out my other videos. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I know I haven't posted much of anything on there lately, but I probably will here. You know, but anyways, yeah, so hope everyone, you have a good evening, and I will catch you all later.